Okay, joined by you, Lou, after a solid opening round, 4 under par, 66. You had 6 birdies on the scorecard. Numbers 1 and 3 and 7 on the front, and then 13, 14, and 16 on the back. You talked about the par 5s. You birdied both of them. They moved the tees up a little, which I'm sure was a welcome sight. But how'd you get the job done today?
Yeah, actually, over the last 2 off weeks, I did a lot of changes to my swings and also my short game. So I'm glad that the short game part definitely paid off, but swing, I just still, my tempo was a little off starting off. But I was able to just keep playing steady and just keep the ball in the fairway and try to give myself as much opportunities as possible. But my putting definitely was able to get the job done today, and then it made a real difference.
What, if any, of the birdies stood out to you looking back on it?
I think definitely the one on third, the par 3. So it was pretty breezy today, to be honest. And then I didn't hit a good iron shot. I ended up in short-siding myself in the greenside bunker, and then I just hit a perfect shot and it went in. So that definitely turned the momentum in a positive way. Yeah.
Chipped in from the bunker is always fun.
Oh,
About
yeah,
how many yards was it, or what was your reaction to it?
I'd be very happy to walk away with a par, and then ended up with a birdie. So I'm like, it definitely a good signal. Yeah.
I was going to ask you too. Speaking of par 3s, number 12, all the excitement there with the cars, the Lamborghinis,
Yeah.
and the featured hole coverage throughout the weekend here at Pelican Golf Club. Does it feel like, when you step on the tee, does it feel different than any other par 3 that you've ever played?
Oh yeah, there's a big grandstand on behind, and then there's a lot of people cheering for us, which is really nice. And it's actually a very tough hole with hazards along the front and the right side of the green. So today I was playing very hard, and then with the wind left to right into. But I hit a pretty solid 7 iron. I ended up like 12 feet from the hole. Yeah.
You mentioned some changes or just some work that you did in the downtime between events. Can you take me through specifically what maybe you focused on in each area of your short game? And I think you mentioned putting as well, what you specifically worked on and honed in over the last couple weeks to help your game.
Yeah, putting's never been a strong part of my game, so it's always been something that I need to put extra work in. But I'm glad that with my constantly putting the effort in, I'm gradually seeing some results. And definitely this week, I'm playing Bermuda grass, which is my home course type of grass. So I'm just used to the type of grass here, so that definitely helped. But it's just nice to be able to see the hard work that I'm putting in is gradually paying off. And
I'm going to take this out just so I can talk with you. Where do you practice at?
I practice at Four Seasons, where they used to host the Tournament of Champions.
Tournament of Champions. Yeah. Very nice. And then you mentioned too that the scores are lower than they were a year ago. How different is the course playing, if at all, that you've seen?
I would say the tour is just getting more and more competitive each year. I feel like the girls are improving every year. So, from me, I just really have to keep pushing myself to the very best in order to keep up with everyone.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned too working on your short game. How key is that on this course specifically, with the undulations in the green and the drop-offs, the false fronts that are out there on so many of the holes? How key is short game, especially when maybe you come up short of a green here or there throughout a round?
I would say it's definitely a ball striking golf course, because it's one of the longer courses on tour, and then the greens are pretty tricky, and with the wind, with the breezy afternoon round. So for me, you're gonna make mistakes at some point. So I mean, being able to get up and down and to keep the momentum going, it's really the key. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, you. We'll do a couple in May.